It is with great pleasure that we welcome you all to the inauguration of Chandrayaan 3 exhibit. Let us all give a huge round of applause for all our pioneers whose relentless efforts have brought us together for this momentous occasion today. I would like to welcome Shri S. Somnath, Chairman ISRO, on the dais. I now request Shri Arvind Paranjpe sir, Director Nehru Planetarium, to join us on the stage. I request Mr. Amit Sharma, Managing Director and CEO TCE, to join us on the dais. I now request Srimati Aruna Yadav, Education Officer, NMMC, to join us on the stage. So, before we proceed further into the heart of our event, it is my pleasure to invite a distinguished figure whose vision and leadership has been instrumental in shaping the course of today's proceedings. Please join me in welcoming Shri Arvind Paranjpe sir, the esteemed Director of Nehru Planetarium. Sir, we would be honored to hear your insights on this remarkable collaboration with Nehru Planetarium and TCE. We kindly invite you to share your thoughts.
Good afternoon, friends. Respected Somnath ji, Amit Sharma ji, Srimati Aruna ji, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues, and last but not the least, the students who have participated in this program for the last 3 months or so. Since its inception back in 1977, actually Nehru Planetarium celebrated its 47th anniversary just a few days ago on 3rd of March. The planetarium has been inspiration of knowledge and curiosity. Now, over 47 years, this institution has become immensely cherished among astronomers, basically amateur astronomers, but also professional astronomers, space enthusiasts, general public, and of course children. The planetarium has not only been the place of edutainment, but it has also been a hub of intellectual discourses. We conduct public lectures, a special year-long astronomy course which is conducted in association with Mumbai University. It is called the Extramural Course on Astronomy and Astrophysics, where at the end of the year certificates are given. And we have a lot of activities for the school children, and this is the laboratory next door. Many of you must have visited by now. So this is the laboratory where we interact with school children, we teach them laboratory exercises and so on. We are here today for the momentous occasion as a remarkable addition to unveil our facility that symbolizes the power and collaboration, education and innovation with the Tatas. I'm honored to stand here before you on behalf of Planetarium and our esteemed partners, Tata Consulting Engineers, as we celebrate the inauguration of the remarkable Chandrayaan 3 mission exhibit. The creation is not just a feat of engineering by TCE, but it's also testament to our shared commitment to inspire and educate the next generation of scientists, engineers, innovators, not only from India, from all around the world. Those people visit us. Today's unveiling of Chandrayaan 3 mission exhibit marks another milestone in our planetarium's journey to reveal the cosmic world to our visitors and curious young minds. About 7.5 months ago, on 23rd of August, when C3 landed successfully on the moon, I was at Chad, Pennsylvania, attending a conference of Planetarium. And when it was evening here, it was early morning, and we knew what time it was expected to land. We had no doubt that it would land successfully. And successfully, and we had gathered around the television screens all our international planetarian participants there. And when it was landed, it was a big roar in the premises there. We were all sitting and clapping, and thank you. And then I took pride because people, myself and of course we were a couple of other Indians there, we took pride because they came and congratulated us. And so on behalf of ISRO and India, we received their good wishes. And a little bit of my outreach came out. Many of them actually came to the camera and recorded their best wishes, which I immediately transmitted to my friends in the media here, and it was aired. So it was a very great occasion for us. What a day it was. Our association with TCE began with the project Vigyan. This is one of its own kind, a kind of platform, a platform which provides accessible and engaging STEM education opportunities to the students, and students particularly from socially challenging background, and empowering them to shape the future of our world. Before I leave, I would like to extend my gratitude to TCE for their passion and generous partnership in bringing the STEM education to our youth of this nation through this project. I must also thank Nidhi here for initiating this program with Nehru Planetarium, and I would like to thank her. I would like to talk about her a little bit. That is that she has such a clear thinking and a good team that we saw this thing going ahead. And also her team members, Poromita, Anindya, Biren, Mandar, and others. So we are so grateful to you for bringing this together, this model, etc. Our thanks. I would also like to thank at this juncture that the Nehru Center staff and the people of Nehru Center had worked very hard in association with them that we could see this day. And lastly, children, you are sitting there. When the chairman ISRO came and asked you questions, I think some of the questions you should have asked your teachers in the class. I will just change into Marathi for a second. बघा, तुम्हाला त्यांनी काही प्रश्न विचारले होते आणि ते इतके सोपे प्रश्न होते, तर आता पुढच्या वेळेस जेव्हा तुम्ही याल तेव्हा ते प्रश्न, अशा प्रकारचे प्रश्न तुम्ही आपल्या टीचर्सना विचारायला पाहिजेत. तुमच्या त्या दीदीज आहेत दोन्ही मागे बसलेल्या, त्यांना तुम्ही असे विचारायला पाहिजे की मॅग्नेट म्हणजे मग गोल आहे, तर त्याचा उत्तर ध्रुव आणि दक्षिण ध्रुव कुठे आहे? इतका सोपा प्रश्न होता, हा तुम्हाला विचारायला पाहिजे होता. पुढच्या वेळेस लक्षात ठेवा, आणि आपण पुढच्या वेळेस जेव्हा कार्यक्रम घेऊ मॅडम, तर आम्ही हे लक्षात ठेवू, अँड वी विल डू दिस ॲक्टिव्हिटी. आय मीन विल इंड्यूस देम टू आस्क मोर क्वेश्चन्स. विथ दिस आय वुड लाईक टू थँक ऑल ऑफ यू अँड hand over mic to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in extending our sincere gratitude to Shri Arvind Paranjpe sir for his enlightening insights. May I now request our Managing Director and CEO, Mr. Amit Sharma, to please share his perspective on TCE as a thought leader in promoting space research through close collaboration with ISRO and mission Chandrayaan 3, and also throw a light on TCE's CSR initiatives.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Sri Somnath ji. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Mr. Paranjpe, for giving us this opportunity to be part of Nehru Planetarium. Thank you, ma'am, as well, Aruna ma'am, for giving us an opportunity to associate with schools around our area. And thanks to all our colleagues and leadership, Nidhi and your team, for making this happen. Tata Consulting Engineers started in '62, when at that time Dr. Homi Bhabha and Shri J.R.D. Tata spoke about India's energy security. They said we should have somebody do this. At the same time, all these institutions that we hear today, whether it's ISRO, whether it's Bhabha Atomic Research Center, they all came during that time, Vikrant Sarabhai Center. And it's so amazing that the foundational elements of these institutions is so strong that the kind of benchmark they've created makes India proud and every citizen proud. And there's so many benchmarks that will happen. It's really a privilege and honor to have Shri Somnath ji amongst us. And he's put India firmly onto the journey of Vikasit Bharat, and as we embark onto the 2047 as a developed nation. Thank you, sir, for your leadership and making sure that every Indian is proud of the accomplishments we've done. While TC has been part of a lot of iconic projects, and we thank our clients and customers who put faith in us, whether our work in the 70s that started in a lot of radio telescope designs, a lot of work with ISRO on various equipments, components, and I'm sure many other things. We also equally worked on the nuclear part of India's journey, and nuclear is also, coming back in a big way. So when we were doing all of this, there is one aspect of making curious minds for future. The innovators, the scientists, the people who can think of ideas, and in this lies the whole essence of asking difficult questions. It's not the solution that one must search for, as they say. It is the questions that drive the human growth into new areas. In our discussions during our focus on giving back to society, while we do work with research institutions of repute across India, we said the best way is to inspire young minds, to make them live and feel some of the proud moments of the country. And amongst many things, this is one of the proudest moments. We thought, how could we make it look real and you could look and feel? Because in today's age of virtual mobile phones and televisions, if you don't see, you really don't understand. And so we thought we should partner with somebody that can help us give back to society and create the future scientist innovator. And I really want to thank the Nehru Planetarium as well as the Education Department in Maharashtra for giving us an opportunity to work and translate our initial ideas into something tangible. We hope to do more of this. I wouldn't take much time. I would actually have Shri Somnath ji share his vision and thoughts with all of us. But I am immensely thankful and grateful for him to be here amongst us as we inaugurate this small contribution of ours towards science and its expansion. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all thank Mr. Amit Sharma for his invaluable contribution to today's proceeding. Sir, your words have truly enriched our understanding on this remarkable collaboration. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I request our chief guest, Shri S. Somnath, Chairman ISRO, to share his thoughts on Indian space research and how programs like Vigyan help build India's future talent.
Good afternoon, all of you, and thanks so much for having me here amongst you, especially at the Planetarium, where everybody comes for getting inspired, because space always inspires young and the old. Whatever may be the generation, we always look up at space as an inspirational element associated with this modern technology. And that's a way that the Chandrayaan 3 captured everybody's mind. So thanks to associate with the Planetarium to create an inspirational element in it for the young people. I want to thank you for inviting me to be part of this event, and also to interact with the young boys and girls. And if my interaction helps them in any way, I am really blessed. To speak about the space program that we are on, I think all of you know better than me. It has been coming in press and media in a big manner, especially after the Chandrayaan 3. The hype is very high, and the expectations also is very high. It's good in a way that the nation knows about our capability and being proud about what we accomplished. And this is something that will help us to drive a point to the society that it is possible for us to do things which you thought that impossible. And with our mind, our capability, our brilliance, it is possible to create a different type of story that has not been created elsewhere. So this is something narrative that we would like to tell everybody in this country, be the one which are in the elite or the people who are in the villages. Both take the story in their ability to absorb, because it gives confidence to everybody to show that it is possible for us to do something spectacular, not only in space but in many other sectors in this country. So we believe that the next 25 years, which is going to be a very defining period in the history of our nation, where we'll slowly progress from a nation which has been deprived of many capabilities to one which will stand as one iconic nation, where everybody can look upon us as a capable nation who is able to deliver things very first of its kind in this world. We hope that space will always become one day with that capability. The last 60 years we have been working in space sector. I think all of you are aware, we have rockets, we have satellites, we have applications, and we are doing certain things, but not in scales that are sufficient enough for the nation today. I think this is well understood now. After making events like Chandrayaan 3 landing, the nation is more and more aware of our capability and the need to scale up to bring in certain amount of economy into it. That is very our business into it. And this is well understood by the government, but it takes time to transition from a national program of creating capability within the country to one which will be more like a business-like activity in space sector. That transition will take over a period of time, but it's very important for us to do that. But equally important is to work on the scientific goals of space technology. Unless you have that side, the application side and the business side will not grow. So it's a combination of these two things we must create in this nation. And this vision is very clear in our new space policy. So that's why we are looking at how government agency like ISRO, while we are working on space sector, creating capability in various technical domains, we equally want to create the capability in manufacturing, we want to create capability in delivering systems at speeds much higher, and also utilizing the capability that we are realizing into applications that will drive business and economy in a big manner. So unless this whole ecosystem is created, it's not going to grow beyond a point. It will be a stagnating thing, which has been the case for the last many years. So it is high time that we open up the whole space sector and then make it accessible for private entrepreneurs, startups, etc. to come in and create innovative ideas. That's why we have to send this message very well, how to incubate new ideas, support them, industrialize them, create applications out of space sector, reach it out to various sectors of wherever it is possible, like agriculture, industry, IoT, the industry 4.0, manufacturing, drug discovery, or whatever. In many areas we can, weather and climate, a lot of domains that we can really bring in a business-like application of space capability into this country. And this has to be done not by government, it has to be done through an enabling ecosystem that need to be created. I think we are on it. In the next few years, I will believe that transition will take place. While we do all of that, we have to continue to do the inspirational part of our work. Like going to moon, landing on the moon has been very important. But repeating it on a different scale and different goals to keep engaging our scientific pool of talent in ISRO is very important. It's not only ISRO, but many institutions in this country are partners with us. For example, we are working on the human space flight now. And it's not an easy task at all for a country like India to work on human space flight and make it succeed. We understand it very well. Because in the West, it has been achieved with great investment of money and effort in the last of 50 years or so. But for us, this is just started. Last 10 years we started, and it has been projectized in many last few years. But reaching the state of having capacity to launch human beings to space and bring them back safely, this is the fourth nation to do that, and it's not an easy task at all. But we are on it, and we are sure that we will do one day. Though we have set a schedule or a target of 2025 to achieve it, very tight target, but it is important that we approach that and go in a very calculated manner to reach that target. And I'm sure while we launch our first Indian to space and bring them back, our confidence on the whole of this will go to another level of accomplishment. I am very sure about it. And it's not only going to end with that. We are going to continue our missions to other planets and as exploring scientific goals in Moon, Mars, Venus, and etc. And we are working on various projects. For example, I think you would have all read about Chandrayaan 4 ideas. We are leaking out a little bit here and there for people to create a discussion point so that everybody is aware of. It is not something that we need to contain in the organization. We want to tell stories to the outside world that we are working on such ideas, creates inspirational story everywhere, create discussions. Even discussions on why human beings should go, why not robot go, it happens. And these discussions are good in a society where we debate on various possibilities. Somebody comes out with better ideas. Ideas are not confined to only organizations. It's possible to come from outside. So we leak out a little bit here and there to create the discussion topic so that we get inputs from people's thought and then we reshape our ideas. For example, recently our Honorable Prime Minister has announced a vision for 25 years in the Amritkal. You know about such a vision. It says that we must land on the moon in 2040. Human being, Indian should go land, not only land and leave him there and not come back. We have to bring him back also. So we have to safely land and bring him back. And it's a different thing. Landing there is easy, but bringing back is much more difficult. Now, to lead up to that, we have to do many things on the way. We must continue our exploratory missions like the going to Moon, Mars, etc. in a continuous manner. We should also work on human spaceflight program on a continuous manner. And if you have to continue this, there must be a purpose of it. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. Just to showcase our strength, we can't do it. It must create a technical reason or business reason or national reason for it. And this is something which is very important. That's why there is a space station element that has come in between. By 2035, we must launch our Bharati Antarisha station. And a space station is an important item in the whole of this, the vision. Because once you have a space station, we can do microgravity related activities in a big manner, which we have not been doing in this country. If you look at Europe and America, there is huge amount of research happening in microgravity linked activities in many scientific domains. And we must bring those type of research in this country. And that is possible only we have such capabilities. There is a microgravity drop tower in Germany, and when I went there, I found that whole facility is being booked every half an hour. It is booked for one experiment or the other. So much of work happening in Europe and America on microgravity experiments, but that much of activity is not happening in this country. If you really talk about a nation to grow to technical supremacy, and if you do not work on many domains like that, we are not going to be. So at least let us say that we will work on microgravity and we will create that ecosystem in this country and use the space station as a tool for deriving some benefit for our industries. Let it be drug discovery, let it be material science, let it be on genomics, or let it be on additive manufacturing or organs. All of this should happen. And that will become a next station for us to enable travel to Moon and Mars and beyond. So this is a vision that has been created. So we must continue scientific explorations of various kinds. We must create a continued human space flight capability, including space stations, ultimately leading to human landing on Moon. And is it going to be the ultimate accomplishment of space? I do not think so. I think this is only a journey for next 25 years. And our life in this earth is not going to be limited by a few hundreds of years. It's for thousands of years. And for a culture who wants to create an impact in this world, I think we cannot be left behind like with the other nations. We must contribute in some manner to this endeavor called space. Because space is always the next frontier. And unless we invest and create their capacity to handle this technical domain, and we will be left behind and somebody else will take over. So as a nation, I believe that we must invest. I think all of you know that space has been in a domain where we have been investing very less and getting a lot of returns. So we'll continue that manner. I think all our engineering approaches have been such a manner that we do not put too much of money into it, but we will expect more to come out of it. Hopefully, we will be able to do that. That same approach will be able to continue in the coming days. So for this, another narrative, I think all of you know that we have been drawing people from communities, not from the IITs. I think this is also discussion topic which has been happening. But this is an equally important topic. Various people understand that it's not belonging to any elite group of people. It is all for people with capability that can be drawn from this nation. It gives a different message. It's not to say that IIT people are not joining because the salaries are less. That is not the narrative that we want to say. But we want to say that it is possible for us to do with people who are being drawn from other background to create a high-tech domain. And this is very important for the nation because our nation still consists of crores of people who are from that type of background who need to be enabled. I think today what you are doing today is to bring these children here and showcase this, shows there are potential in every human being here. It is very, very important to realize it. It's only because they are not exposed to the possibilities in life that they are left behind. That should not happen. And that if you are able to bring up at least 5-10 of them, I think it's a great service. And the message will go down into the history, in their society, in their community to create a change. I think this is very important for a nation with the 140 crore of people who is going to be 160 plus in the next and getting stabilized, I hope. At that time, I think we need to be a real strong nation. All of these 160 crore people should be empowered. We cannot have a large amount of disparity, at least in the level of access to knowledge and capability. I think this must be allowed to everybody, and that capability should be developed by systematic intervention. I think that is the role of the government, and that's the role of each one of us. I am very happy that you are doing it, and I'm really happy to join you today when at least some capability of us is showcased with the help of TCE in Planetarium. Yeah, in the astronomy side, I think all of you know Chandrayaan 3 has been a planetary mission, but we did the Aditya L1 mission. It is only one of the many missions that are going to happen. Aditya L1 has been working. We have been working for the last 10 years on this mission to understand Sun, and this mission specifically looks at Sun with 7 different instruments. The coronagraph is the primary instrument, and there are many instruments to look at the mass ejection happening in Sun and its secondary impact. For example, the particle emissions, the emission of the X-rays, soft and hard, the magnetic field that will happen between Earth and the Sun space. These are measured using 7 different instruments. And the mission is also a very complex one. The travel from Earth to that Lagrangian point is not just like a national highway that has been built here from that point. It has been a very circuitous path, which we call it as a certain track that we designed, which is a lowest energy transfer path, which is the very first time. Nobody else has done like that. We have traveled from that Earth to that Lagrangian point in a very unique path with a very less fuel that has been used. We reached perfectly on the date of arrival and has been captured in that Lagrangian point. And this point is not one point. This point is so big a circle or a space where the satellite is moving around, but continuously looking at Earth, Sun. And it started working. All instruments are working beautifully. Immediately after that, we launched one satellite called ExpoSat. I think that all you also know. We wanted to study polarimetrically, look at black holes, where black holes, when they adjacent stars, when they come, will start pulling the material into it. And when they pull the material moves at very, very high speed, very close to the speed of light. And then they start emitting X-rays. And these X-rays are studied in a polarimetric manner. Then you can understand how much mass is being pulled out and etc. So this is binary stars study. We are going to launch many more such missions in the future. We are working on a mission to study Chandrayaan 4. Of course, you know that to go there and bring back samples. And we have already a project finalized to go to Moon again, with the help of JAXA. So we are together working. It's called the LUPEX mission, where the lander will be built by ISRO, designed and built. The rover will be built by Japan, and the launch will happen in a Japanese rocket. So this is another project which is going on. And this is to explore some of the very shadowed region of the Moon, where we land very near to the South Pole. Then we are working on a Venus mission. Venus is another interesting mission where the pressure in the atmosphere is very, very high, and we want to put a probe that will go deeper into the atmosphere and go to the surface, still transmit data. It's an acidic atmosphere, sulfuric acid, full of sulfuric acid, vapors, as huge wind is blowing around, I think, as we know, photographed from outside. So this is another mission we want to do. We are also looking at exoplanet study. We call it exoworlds. where we want to look at planets which are there in other stars and then understand their atmosphere through spectroscopy. So currently the design work is going on. And there are another satellite pair which we are looking at, how to look at aeronomy. That means the effect of external influences on the space weather, and using two different satellites which will be placed orthogonally apart, which is called Disha. This is another mission which is going on, and there are many such in the series. Okay, thank you.
So let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Somnath for sharing your valuable insights with us, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be moved by the stories of triumph and transformation. We have a special segment dedicated to the voices that matters the most. The beneficiary, our teachers and students, and our support at NMC. I would like to invite Shrimati Aruna Yadav to share a few thoughts with us. Also, I would like to welcome on stage our teachers and students representative who have been an integral part of the program and request them to share their experience with the gathering.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and you all lovely people. I am very thankful to everybody because sir said thank you to me, but actually I should say thank you because it's a great moment and you have given very great moment to my students also. I think when you see this building from outside, you say wow. I remember my father and I came here when I was in 7th standard. So it's a great moment for me to stand here with my students. I want to tell you that this team, Tata team, worked a lot for our students. They talk very politely with our students. So my students are very happy and they also want to work in the next year. So I have told them that you must work for our children. I thank all this team and I think so Somnath sir is here. Everyone said thank you, but now thank you, we will say thank you to him and this thank you will go in his office and everywhere. And also I thank all this team and Mary Planetarium team because it's my duty to thank all of you. Really my students are very very happy and I can see that happiness in their eyes. So there are tears in my eyes also because it's a happy moment for me because my students come from very middle class or poor families. So I think that's the greatest moment and they will always remember whenever they will come here or they will come with their parent, when they will come as a parent, they will tell that see, this is the place where I had got a great chance. So I thank all of you.
नमस्कार. व्यासपीठावरील सन्माननीय मान्यवर, सर्वात प्रथम इस्रोचे सन्माननीय चेअरमॅन एस सोमनाथन सर, टाटा कन्सल्टिंग इंजिनियर्सचे हेड अमित सर, नेहरू प्लॅनेटोरियमचे हेड परांजपे सर आणि आमच्या नवी मुंबई महानगरपालिकेच्या सन्माननीय शिक्षण अधिकारी अरुणा यादव मॅडम, तसेच इथे उपस्थित असलेले आमच्या शिक्षण विस्तार अधिकारी सन्माननीय गोसावी मॅडम आणि आमच्या केंद्र समन्वयक आणि मुख्याध्यापिका सौ पायरे मॅडम आणि माझ्या समोर बसलेले सर्व सन्माननीय मान्यवर आणि माझे लाडके विद्यार्थी. आज आपण या सभागृहात बसलेलो आहोत. इथे आपल्या समोर आपल्या समवेत खूप थोर मान्यवर बसलेले आहेत. मला एवढंच म्हणावंसं वाटतं की खूप तज्ज्ञ आणि खूप हुशार मंडळी बसलेली आहेत. जशी सागराची खोली असते, सागराची खोली आणि हिमालयाची उंची, त्याप्रमाणे हे मान्यवर आहेत. सूर्याचं तेज आणि त्याचबरोबर चंद्राची शीतलता असे हे मान्यवर आहेत. आकाशाची ओढ आणि माणुसकीची जोड असे हे मान्यवर आज या सोहळ्यामध्ये जमा झालेले आहेत आणि यांच्या समवेत आपल्याला इथे सहभाग घेता आला, आपण सहभागी झालो, या सुवर्ण क्षणाचे आपण साक्षीदार झालेलो आहोत. हे भाग्य आपल्याला लाभलंय आणि हे भाग्य लाभलंय आम्हाला टाटा कन्सल्टिंग इंजिनियर्स या ग्रुपमुळे. मी खूप खूप आपली आभारी आहे. आमची नवी मुंबई महानगरपालिका आमच्या विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी खूप सारे उपक्रम राबवत असते, पण आपण जी ॲक्टिव्हिटी घेतली, हा जो उपक्रम घेतलेला आहे, आमच्या मुलांना खूप संधी मिळालेली, खूप मोठी संधी मिळाली ही. कारण असा कार्यक्रम त्यांना कधीही पाहायला मिळाला नसता, सहभागी होता आलं नसतं. भलेही आज ते थोडेसे चुकले असतील, बुजले असतील, पण खूप छान बोललेले आहेत माझ्यापर्यंत तरी ते. आणि खरंच खूप अभिमान वाटतोय. खूप छान उपक्रम तुम्ही राबवलात आणि आम्ही इथे खूप गेले 2-3 महिने येतोय. आमची राहण्याची, जाण्या येण्याची, खाण्यापिण्याची सोय तुम्ही अतिशय सुंदर केलेली आहे. आणि टाटा ग्रुप संपूर्ण देशभर माहिती आहे खूप खूप चांगले उपक्रम राबवतात. तुम्ही याच्याबरोबरच आमच्या मुलांसमोर एक खूप चांगला आदर्श दिलाय की आपण स्वतःचा विकास करता करता आपण समाजाचे काहीतरी देणे आहोत. ही सामाजिक बांधिलकी राखणं आणि आपल्याबरोबरच आपल्या देशाचा विकास करणं, आपल्या देशासाठी काहीतरी करायचंय, हा खूप मोठा आदर्श तुम्ही तुमच्या कृतीतून आमच्या मुलांसमोर ठेवलेला आहे. त्यासाठी मी खूप खूप आभारी आहे. शेवटी मी जाताना एवढंच म्हणेन की 4 पावलं जाताना, 4 पावलं चालताना आपल्यासोबत कोण चालते आहे, या उपक्रमाच्या निमित्ताने, या सोहळ्याच्या निमित्ताने आपले नाते जुळले आहे. यासारखे आता जो सोहळा होतोय, या सोहळ्यासारखे अनेक कार्यक्रम या ठिकाणी होतील, कारण आपल्या समोर यांच्यासारखे आदर्श आहेत. तसंच मी म्हणेन की आमचे हे जे विद्यार्थी आहेत, भले ते आज लहान आहेत, पण निश्चितच आपल्याकडून प्रेरणा घेऊन उद्याचे भावी इंजिनियर्स, डॉक्टर्स, संशोधक, शास्त्रज्ञ नक्कीच घडतील. कारण आमच्या समोर असे आदर्श आहेत आणि आमच्या समोर, आमच्या सोबत टाटा कन्सल्टिंग इंजिनियर्स आहेत. म्हणूनच आम्हाला नेहमीच तुमचा खूप अभिमान वाटतो. थँक्यू सो मच.
वक्त के पाबंदियों को किस्सा तमाम करती हूँ, आज का दिन आप लोगों के नाम करती हूँ. वक्त के पाबंदियों को किस्सा तमाम करती हूँ, आज का दिन आप लोगों के नाम करती हूँ. श्रद्धा से भरी महफिल के श्रोताओं को मैं सर झुका के बारंबार प्रणाम करती हूँ. मैं सर झुका के बारंबार प्रणाम करती हूँ. माननीय मुख्य अतिथि, पूजनीय शिक्षक वर्ग और मेरे सहपाठियों, मैं अंजलि कुमारी वर्ग 8वीं नई मुंबई महानगर पालिका स्कूल नंबर 49 एरोली की छात्रा हूँ. आज मैं आपके सामने विज्ञान के विषय में 2 शब्द बोलने वाली हूँ. अंतरिक्ष में गूंज उठे हम चंद्रयान का गान लिए, अंतरिक्ष में गूंज उठे हम चंद्रयान का गान लिए, चांद तिरंगे रंग में रंगा एक नई पहचान लिए, चांद तिरंगे रंग में रंगा एक नई पहचान लिए. मेरे भारत के वैज्ञानिक, मेरे भारत के वैज्ञानिक तुम गौरव हो भारत का. मेरे भारत के वैज्ञानिक तुम गौरव हो भारत का. दोस्तों, विज्ञान ने मानव जीवन के विकास में एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है. एक सूरज अंधेरों से निकलकर रोशनी की किरणों के साथ पूरे जग को प्रकाशित करता है, उसी प्रकार विज्ञान ने मानव जीवन को प्रकाशित किया है. विज्ञान ने मानव को एक नया आयाम दिया है, एक नई सोच और निरंतर दी है, आगे बढ़ने की प्रेरणा दी है. एक बुझते हुए दीपक में भी लौ लगा दी, एक खंडर को भी वो बेरूप दिया. एक बुझते हुए दीपक में भी लौ लगा दी, एक खंडर को भी वो भव्य रूप दिया. इसी विज्ञान ने करोड़ों मानव के घरों में रोशनी की. इसी विज्ञान ने करोड़ों मानव की घरों में रोशनी की. विज्ञान तब तक कठिन लगता है जब तक उसे पढ़ाया जाता है. विज्ञान तब तक कठिन लगता है जब तक उसे पढ़ाया जाता है. विज्ञान तब आसान लगता है जब उसे प्रयोग करके बताया जाता है. विज्ञान तब आसान लगता है जब उसे प्रयोग करके बताया जाता है. मैं आभार मानती हूँ अपने शिक्षक का, टाटा कंसल्टिंग के CHRO निधि मैम का और उनके टीम का, और साथ ही नेहरू प्लेनेटेरियम के 2 शिक्षक जो हमें सिखाए और प्रयोग करके बताए, जिसकी वजह से आज हम इस स्टेज पे आपके सामने बोल रहे हैं. धन्यवाद. जाते जाते मैं बस इतना ही बताना चाहूंगी कि यूं ही नहीं मिलती राही को मंजिल, एक जुनून सा दिल जलाना पड़ता है. यूं ही नहीं मिलती राही को मंजिल, एक जुनून सा दिल जलाना पड़ता है. पूछा चिड़िया से कैसे बना शाना, तो बोली भरनी पड़ती है उड़ान बार बार, तिनका तिनका उठाना पड़ा. धन्यवाद.
With that, I would like to request the dignitaries to proceed to the level 2 for the inauguration ceremony. And before doing that, we would like to capture this moment for our memories through a group picture. I would request everyone to please stand.
Sir gave us time of 2.5 minutes complete to manage the crowd. This entire thing is manageable. We wanted to showcase how goes on. They will also be putting a little light at that right there. We will also put some light to it so that everything will come here. You will see, it will reach at the top. We will hold it, we will really take the picture. And then there is we have also created new surface. So you see the ladder and
oh, that's an NC.
okay, good.